Senator Keller, thanks for joining us today. And now Senator Capito is recognized. Senator Capito, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you again, Mr. Administrator. I'm going to go just sort of very granular. This should be pretty easy questions. How many people are full-time equivalents at EPA right now, today?
Right now, we have 14,900 employees.
14,900, and you can go, what's the max, 15?
15,000, yes.
15,000, and you, this budget is asking for an additional 2,000. Of the 14,900, how many are in the office 5 days a week?
Most of our employees are working on a hybrid schedule, just like the rest of the federal government and corporate America. But, you know, I'd like to say that we are definitely meeting all of our performance targets. So our staff is fully engaged in.
So you don't have a percentage of how many people actually come in every day?
We can get you that percentage.
Okay, yeah, I'd like to see that, because in your budget, you talk about hoteling, which means you're going to share space. You have a vision of some sort of shared space arrangement where somebody would use an office and then the next person who comes in uses the same office. Is that correct?
I think what we're trying to do is do what everyone else is doing, which is think about how do we have a responsible policy in place that leverages our workforce. Whether you're in corporate America, state government, or the federal government, people have hybrid working conditions, and we're trying to be sure that we're accommodating that schedule while meeting our mission.
Yeah, I'd also like to see, when you're giving the statistics, how many people are in the office 3 days every 2 weeks. This is the same statistic we have from the NRC. Because, I mean, this is, you and I have talked about this a little bit, something that I'm deeply concerned about, what kind of culture we're creating here if nobody's seeing anybody and nobody's in the same workplace. I mean, this is reflected not just in government, but also in private sector. So we can get those statistics from you. I'm going to put two charts up here that were generated by, I used them with Mr. Goffin last week. Basically, I just want a quick answer from you. These were generated by your EPA. They basically are showing that in coal capacity and natural gas generation, that because of the IRA, coal capacity will be significantly lower than it would be had we not had the IRA, and the same with natural gas generation. These are models that he stands by. I would like a confirmation that this is EPA's firm projection of where the IRA is driving our energy production.
Yes, those models look consistent.
So the IRA will directly cause closures of natural gas and coal power plants in all certainty. Let me ask you about let me ask you about the because I talked about this in my opening statement. I want to give you a chance to respond. Sure. The $3 billion Climate Environmental Justice Block Grant Program. I was shocked to see that EPA gets a 7% administrative expenses, $210 million to basically give money to subgrantees, and that they get another 20% for administrative. I mean, is that an efficient way to use government money, and what kind of oversight, and who are these people?
Well, we definitely have very good oversight over our grant program.
Well, you might, but do we? We're the ones who are providing the dollars. I mean, is that something that you're going to be fully transparent on so we can see where these dollars are going? Absolutely.
Don't have the same transparency for all of the resources that Congress affords to EPA, so this won't be treated any differently.
Who are these groups? Who are the groups that are going to get the bulk of the $3 billion climate environmental justice? Do you have a list?
Some of the groups, I'm sure we do have a list, and maybe some we don't have a full list. Sure.
I mean, I'm envisioning
these grantees will meet all requirements and oversight principles that all of our grantees do. I mean, we're not treating anyone any differently.
But
this is a responsible way.
Doesn't it seem like 27% of the dollars that the IRA, which none of us voted for, which is billions of dollars, is going to go to administrative costs? Is that really providing environmental justice? 27% of that is already out the door.
These are similar percentages to all of our administrative oversight and cost dollars for pass-throughs and grant programs. So this may be a issue that we have with the government's grant programs, but this program is not being treated any differently than any other grant program that EPA administers.
Well, I think one of the issues here is the enormity of the dollars. I mean, EPA received $41 billion And yet, the president wants another 19% increase, 2,000 more people, when with the 41 billion, you're allowed to hire people to move forward these programs. To me, it's just mind-boggling in this time of fiscal restraint or where people are really watching their dollars, this kind of overreach and overspending. I mean, it just seems so exorbitant to me.
Well, we're not solely an energy agency. I mean, we focus on environmental protection. So IRA and Bill don't afford dollars to very critical programs that oversee TSCA, pesticides, herbicides. I mean, we have a lot of programs that are in need of resources that don't fit neatly under the umbrella of IRA and Bill. And so I would say that, while the percentage seems high, the dollar amount that EPA is asking for of an agency this size and the scope and the magnitude of our responsibility is a catch-up game. We've been in decline for decades, not just one or two administrations, for decades. And so we're trying to develop a workforce that can keep pace with a very challenging and growing economy.
What increase did you get last year from your previous budget, percentage-wise?
What percentage was that, do you know? I think we're estimating a 5% increase, but we'll get you that.